There's a great debate brewing now. I don't want to get into the middle of it, but you might guess what I believe. The $20 bill. It's either going to have a former slaver or a former slave. Those are political questions that must be resolved, and questions of justice and who we are that must be resolved. But we need to remember the narratives, the history, the story of Harriet Tubman. Not just because she's a Methodist, although she is, but Harriet Tubman is looked to by the African American people, and I think should be embraced by the entire nation and world by the word that she was known. Moses. Moses. She had, in her day, biblical stature amongst her people. And why should it remain amongst her people? Is Moses only remembered amongst the people of Israel who led them out of bondage in Egypt and came right to the cusp of the promised land there in Mount Nebo? No, Moses is a character of history or a character of myth, but is a character that inspires, leading people from bondage to freedom. And that is a great person, and that is Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman, you remember, ran away from bondage. Born in Maryland, running away to a freed place. And when she reached that freed place, and that is a very difficult thing for me to read, because freedom is so very important. But what she said is, I got across the line, I got there, I accomplished it, but there was no one to greet me. Friends, those of us who form ourselves and yearn for freedom, there was no one to greet us. We need to think about that. Our hospitality, that to which we commit ourselves. Who is there to greet Harriet Tubman? Who is there? And are we forming ourselves who believe that we are good for downtown and that we follow the hospitality of Jesus? Are we preparing ourselves to welcome those who have found their way to freedom? Who is there to greet us? 13 missions back into a land of slavery. Harriet Tubman used the Underground Railroad, freed 70 people, never lost a passenger, and many were inspired by her. But I leave you not only to reflect on the life of Harriet Tubman, not only to reflect upon her heroics, but this. She said that every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember you have within you the strength, patience, and passion to reach for the stars and to change the world. You have within you. Reach for the stars. Change the world. And welcome those who have crossed the line, that they gave everything to reach freedom. And those of us who take freedom as easily as we draw breath, we need to use that breath, not to cage them, but to welcome them. Amen.